So today, lads, we've got to talk about this. We have got to talk about the fact Caitlin Clark was 1,000,000% correct. 1,000,000% correct. And it's one of those things where it's like, well, duh. Obviously she was right. But at the same time, like, this old WNBA crew, especially the freaking quote unquote fans, madness, I tell you, madness. Madness. But Caitlin Clark, after she said this, Caitlin Clark wants the players in the union to get in a room and iron it out and shake hands. She said at USA Basketball Training, that's how business is. You look each other in the eyes, shake hands, you respect both sides. That is literally what happened. That is literally what happened. They're meeting for the 8th consecutive day over 90 hours, and they've reached a verbal agreement on a CBA. That is what happened. And if you agree that was the best way it was going to happen, subscribe. We are trying to gain our subscribers back as we have lost. How many have we lost today? No, we are exactly on 0. So if we gain 1 subscriber, and we just lost 3. So if we could gain 1, that'd be greatly appreciated. But like, the Caitlin Clark was called every name under the effing sun from this, by the way. Like, it just shows when it's like, if a word comes out of Caitlin Clark's mouth, it doesn't matter what she says. Turns out everyone's got to apologize to her because she was right. They don't really know anything about what she was talking about. They took her literally and assumed the players just agreed to everything WNBA proposed. Unpopular opinion. The best case scenario for the players is that they get a deal that they like. The second best case scenario for the players is they get a deal that they don't like and sign the league's deal immediately. The worst case scenario for the players is that they strike. Like, I'm going to be very real here. It is better for the players to sign a bad deal is better than no deal in this scenario, because this isn't like the league just ends if there's no deal. So in this specific scenario, a bad deal is greater than no deal. That being said, I don't think this was a bad deal. I don't think this was a bad deal in the slightest. I think this was originally was a decent deal, and they probably got a good deal out of it. But yeah, Caitlin Clark was right. And it's like over Christmas. Do you guys remember over Christmas when she just said that we need to play? We can't stop this momentum. We need to play. And she got called a scab, and then Angel Reese said the same thing, and the same people calling her anti-union were saying, Angel's being really, really reasonable here. And I'm like, what the fuck are we doing? What are we doing? But yeah, it's funny when she's proven right in these scenarios. It's funny when Caitlin's proved right in a lot of scenarios, because at the end of the day, she is she's going to be right more often than not. I think this is the way most players felt. Most players did not want this league to be going towards a lockout. Let's be real. Most players did not want this league to go towards a lockout. And they were just like, oh shit, this is going to happen. They were preparing for it. There's a difference between being prepared to strike and actually being ready to strike, and actually striking. There is a big difference. And once it got to the stage where it was like, okay, we're actually striking now. This isn't we're preparing to strike. It is no, we are actually striking. We are actually striking. And yeah, it's a very clearly getting in a room, talking it out was the best thing for them. I don't think any side thought it was going to take hundreds of hours, over 100 hours. I think most people thought when the talks went on the first day for 12 hours, that okay, maybe they'll get it out. I think the 10th was the deadline. That maybe they'll get it by the 13th, 14th. I don't think anyone expected it to take a week. I don't think anyone expected it to be St. Patrick's Day. And what was it, 6 a.m., 2 a.m. on that day? I don't think anyone expected it to be St. Patrick's Day. And to be honest, I think most people expected a delay. Kathy obviously confirming there's no delay. But yeah, it is important. And shout out Caitlin Clark, shout out Caitlin Clark for actually be having the balls to come out and say this, because most WNBA players wouldn't. And again, just out of fear for the wrath of the higher ups, they wouldn't come out and say anything. Because let's be real, like Kelsey Plum was basically pushed into silence, and at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter what happens. Nothing that has happened before during these negotiations matters, because there's going to be a season. There's going to be a season. Nothing matters now. That letter doesn't matter. The at least none of the players went out and were talking out against Caitlin. Because let's be real, I wouldn't be surprised. I'm surprised players didn't. At least the players don't feel as like open just shitting on Caitlin as they did in 2024. They don't feel as open just completely shitting on her like they did a couple of years ago. Like a few years ago, you better believe every comment Caitlin made was, you would hear a commentary by Miss Dejanay or somebody else about anything Caitlin said. That being said, like, she couldn't really say or do anything. And now at least it's just the crazies. And the good thing about the crazies is they are like 80% just in their own echo chamber on Threads. They're 80% in their own Threads echo chamber. And I mean this, if you are looking at Threads, it is fucking mental. Like the WNBA players like, oh yeah, we're going to Threads because it's more peaceful. No, it's not more peaceful. It's more peaceful because they only attack Caitlin Clark. It is just a bunch of psychotic people attacking Caitlin Clark, and then the players posting on there, and then because the players have about 17 fans each on Threads, those fans thinking they're friends with the players. It's the weirdest shit. Apparently, it seems to be what WNBA Twitter was like prior to it getting actual fans, prior to actual sports fans coming in. Apparently, that's what it was like. But yeah, it is what it is. It is what it is. So yeah, I'm going to have to go and charge my computer. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Do you guys agree that this whole situation has played out okay and the players are in a good position? Do you guys agree that Caitlin Clark was part of the reason for that? I do think they were going to get in a room anyway. But I think it helped that the face of their league said they should do this. I think it helped. I don't think that was a major factor one way or another. But I can't say I don't think it helped. I do believe Caitlin Clark coming out and saying this definitely, at least public perception, then would have pushed both sides. But the public would have wanted both sides to meet, and it would be if one side was stalling the meeting, and it's a bad look on either side. So I do think it helps. I don't think it really changed anything. I don't think Caitlin Clark really had anything to do with these internal negotiations in general. But at the same time, I do think some of the public comments probably helped to get them into a situation where this happened. So yeah, that's the video. See you guys.